It's Thursday the 21st of November. Our main story, the former Deputy Prime Minister and Labour veteran John Prescott has died at the age of 86.
He was first elected as MP for Hull East in 1970, went on to hold the seat for almost 40 years. Our political correspondent Ben Wright looks back at his life.
Still campaigning long after leaving office,
This is Hull's finest export.
John Prescott was Labour to his fingertips.
She's done another U-turn, Jeremy.
Apparently, yes, apparently.
Oh, blimey, you can't trust this woman. She does U-turns.
In the 2017 election, the plain-speaking Prescott was on the stump for Jeremy Corbyn, taking aim at Theresa May.
And it's
You
what's called
can't
strong
trust her.
But it was New Labour, 20 years earlier, that put John Prescott on the political centre stage. After Labour's landslide election win, John Prescott became Deputy Prime Minister and a key player in the Blair government. Quite a journey for a man who began life in Prescott in North Wales, leaving school at 15 before working as a steward in the Merchant Navy. Studying as an adult at Ruskin College in Oxford gave John Prescott confidence, and he became an MP in 1970, rising through the party ranks and playing a vital role in the former Labour leader John Smith's campaign in 1993 to end the Union bloc vote.
There's no doubt this man, our leader, put his head on the block by saying, basically, I fervently believe, because that's what he believes, of a relationship and a strong one with the trade unions and the Labour Party. He's put his head there. Now's our time to vote. Give us a bit of trust and let's have this vote support.
John Prescott spent a decade as Tony Blair's number 2, often mediating the stormy relationship between the Prime Minister and the Chancellor Gordon Brown. He was Secretary of State for the Environment and then local government, an old Labour link to the party's past. Ever ready to mock New Labour pretensions, here the claws out for his colleague Peter Mandelson.
You know what his name is? It's called Peter.
He was never the slickest politician.
Those 5 pledges are essential. You can see I can't find them. I knew this would happen. You know me, I can't use the boards. I'm old Labour, I've got to still up my old ways and try it right.
John Prescott's most notorious moment came during the 2001 election, when his short fuse ignited and he punched an egg-throwing protester. Tony Blair's response when told was, "John will be John." Tribal, rumbustious, a straight-talking bruiser.
We're on a roll, aren't we?
For 5 decades, John Prescott moved with the currents of the party he loves.
Well, our chief political correspondent, Henry Zeffman, joins us now. Morning to you, Henry. You know, some politicians come and go and aren't particularly memorable. John Prescott was not one of those.
That's right, Nina. John Prescott was a huge figure in Labour Party history, and especially in the New Labour years under Tony Blair, when he was his Deputy Prime Minister for a decade, Britain's longest-serving Deputy Prime Minister. And he was a bridge, I think, not just from Tony Blair to the more traditional left of the Labour Party, but also a bridge between New Labour and Old Labour at a time where the Labour Party, but also the country more generally, was becoming more middle class. John Prescott rooted the Labour Party in its traditions, and that is why Tony Blair and other senior figures in New Labour, I think, valued him so highly. We've had a statement through this morning from his family, from his widow, Pauline, and his sons, Jonathan and David. They say they're deeply saddened to inform you that our beloved husband, father and grandfather, John Prescott, has passed away peacefully at the age of 86. He did so surrounded by the love of his family and the jazz music of Marion Montgomery. They say he spent his life trying to improve the lives of others, fighting for social justice and protecting the environment, doing so from his time as a waiter on the cruise liners to becoming Britain's longest-serving Deputy Prime Minister. And they thank the NHS staff who cared for him after he had a stroke in 2019, which was known to the public, but they also say that more recently he had been in a care home living with Alzheimer's. Nina, I think there will be an outpouring of affection and reminiscence from all parts of the Labour Party over the course of this morning.
I'm sure. Henry in Westminster, thank you. Charlie has a roundup of some